Am I the bad guy for being furious my intern took the easy way out? I'm a researcher at a big company, and I recently discovered that my intern had completely ignored my instructions and used a convenience sample rather than the dozens of sampling methods we discussed during their onboarding. By the time I figured it out, we had spent thousands on getting the surveys, and hundreds of people had already filled it out. The intern basically went to Times Square with a bunch of his friends and paid the money and collected for the survey's distribution to ask people questions. They basically did the same exact thing influencers do for views, except for a real survey. When I talked to them about this, they told me that I was being too serious and that it didn't matter. Then they called me stupid for caring too much and said that's fine and no one would know. So not only has hundreds of hours constructing this survey been wasted, it's also not fair. I have to present this to my boss on Friday, and I'm afraid I'll get fired. My boss is a career mathematician and will definitely know if our data is incorrect. What's worse is that the intern is presenting with me. I modified our presentation to tell our boss about it, but the intern is now upset and threatening to quit and tell HR. If he had followed my simple instructions, the people sampled would have been random, their distinct subgroups and SRS would have worked. For geographically dispersed population, cluster sampling was viable, and blocking could have worked for experiments and not observational studies. I didn't ask for much. We already had the software to create a simple random sample, or SRS, easily. But instead, my intern has put me in a horrible situation and I'm scared of losing my job because he's trying to cover it up. Am I the bad guy for changing the presentation? Update, he got fired. My boss was disappointed. And the intern said I get a 1 in the AP stats exam on their way out. Sure thing.